Hey friends, the bad news, you're not in class. The good news, you know where to go to get the help that you need. Okay, so we are looking at Tuesday, October 17th. And today we're on chapter 2 and we are investigating how can I find the length. So we remembered yesterday that we looked at Cecil and we talked about the tightrope walking. And then we looked at the game where you could set up the tightrope walker to see if they could get to the spot that they needed to get to without falling off. And today we're going to extend upon that. So it says, for our learning target, we will continue to compose numbers using the tightrope walker. We will investigate the concept of opposites and zero pairs in context. And for our success criteria is, can you compose and decompose tightrope numbers, and can you find a zero balance? And I should add this. Do you understand zero? What is zero? What does that mean? What does zero mean? And when we get back to the closure, that's the question I'm going to ask you to think about and then share with your group, which is, what does zero mean? Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do when we come in is we're going to do our fast bridge warm-up. And if you remember that the fast bridge warm-up is in your folder, it's also a PDF that's on the Google Stream. So you can just download that if you want to take a look at your warm-ups. Then we're going to review the two problems we looked at yesterday in 332 and 334. So we look at those two. The first problem was, do these add to 17 feet? And does it matter the order that you combine the numbers on the tightrope? So we're going to talk about those, and then we're going to go forward into this. So we're going to go to problem 242, and what we're going to do is called Rolls Report. And in Rolls Report, I'm just going to walk around, and I'm going to give the groups these questions. And this is in 2.2.2, and I'll just read it. It says, find the length of the tightrope if each expression for rope lengths below starts Cecil at point A and has him end at point B. Assume the numbers represent length in feet. So if Cecil started at 8 and then went 3 negatives or 3 backwards and then 2, where would Cecil be? What's the length of the tightrope? And what's the tightrope length if Cecil went 12.25, then another 7.5, and then came back 1.75? What is the length if Cecil went 6.1 and then came back 3.05 and then came back 2.05? And then what is the length if Cecil started and went backwards 1 1/4 feet and then went forwards 8.5 feet? What is the length if Cecil started at 0 and then went 14.14 or 14 1400ths and then added 10 325 thousandths and then came back 13 6/10? Finally, what if Cecil went 26 1/3, then came back 12.5, and then came forward 3 1/6? So what I'm going to do is, you're working on that problem, I'm just walking around and I'm just listening for groups. So what we need for our group today is we need some people that are the group organizers, okay, that are telling people we have to work, we have to stay in our group, let's stay on track. We need people that are asking leading questions. We have people that are making sure that everyone's writing and that everyone's reading. Okay, so what I'm going to walk around and do is this. I'm just going to walk around and I'm going to kind of record these things. And this is what I'm listening for. Is there anyone that said this? What if we tried? Is there anyone that said, I have another approach to the problem. How about blank? Did I hear? I'm not sure that will work because blank. What if we try blank? I'm listening for, can anyone suggest a different approach? I'm listening for, your idea makes me think about blank. I'm listening for, could you explain that in another way? I'm listening for, I hear you saying blank, is that right? I'm listening for, I like your idea, that blank. So we're just going to let you work for a while, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to report at what I heard from the groups. Okay. After that, then we're going to go to 243, stoplight. So you're going to have a cup on your desk that's upside down. If you get through 243 as a group, you're going to flip it over. That means I know to come over and check you out, and then you can move on to the next problem set. So 243 says, for Cecil's new act, his tightrope is 5 feet long. If he begins at point A, write 2 expressions that will make him end at point B. What do these expressions have in common? Explain why 5 plus 2 plus negative 2 is equivalent to the same as telling Cecil to move 5 to the right. Will 5 plus 2 plus negative 2 plus 2 plus negative 2 get Cecil to point B? Will 5 plus 2 plus negative 2 plus 3 plus negative 3 get Cecil to point B? How would you describe his movements in those cases? If you get that one done, 243. Flip your cup upside down, give me a stoplight, and then we're going on to the next problems, 244 and 245. This one says, what if Cecil's tightrope was a number line like this? And then we're going to talk about absolute value. And absolute value is just how far a number is away. Okay? The sign of the number in which direction to move is not important as the size of the number, how far. Okay? The amount that you moved away is one way to describe the value of absolute value. Right? It doesn't matter if you're going this way. Absolute value says it doesn't matter if you're going this way or that way. It's just how far are you away. So we're looking for absolute value here. And if you get through 44 and 45, that's another stoplight. And then you go on to 46 and 47. 46 and 47, we're going to make zeros. And then we're going to talk about Sally in North Dakota. If you get done with those two, stoplight, and then that's a you do you time. And then we're going to work on 249 together. 249 is a problem that's using pluses and minuses to create zero pairs. Okay. And then, after we finish that one together, we close with what does zero mean? So that's what we're doing on 2.2.2, Chapter 2, How Can I Find Length? We're still talking about Cecil, and we're also talking about zero pairs, and do you understand zero? We also introduced absolute value. I forgot about that too. All right, friends, I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday. I hope you're here tomorrow. And just know that we miss you, and it's not the same when you are not with us. All right, friends, have a good day.